to Georgia, sir. I've been asked to accompany you on a familiarization flight of the AOR. Here at Viziani, the 492nd Strike Eagles are at the eastern end of the base, and we're on the western side.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? I'm just hopefully trying to get my sound to work right. Let's see here. All righty. So here we go. This is for somebody who comments and things like that. Uh, he's moist as hell. I'm talking about you have to butter, you can butter his hips to get him through the door. So gonna do a little taxi and take off and fly to a couple of waypoints here, and go from there. Like I said, this coon is so moist, you gotta butter his hips to get him through the door. When you squeeze him, matter of fact, Gold Bond, is it Gold Bond? The that moisturizer cream that you can go ahead and get. They recommend it for black men because our skin gets real scaly sometimes. But yeah, this dude is moist as hell. So this stream is for him. Okay, this stream is for him. So we're gonna just kind of let the sim kind of warm itself up here. This is what we're doing. But this sim is for this person. And just like I said, the dude just likes to butter his hips. So here we go. Here, let's see if I can figure this out. Let's start this bird up here, and there we go. So we're powering up the plane here. This is an F-15C, and so here we go. So we got to make sure we get that turned off. Now we're going to start up our left engine here, and that is going to be. Oh yeah, baby. And let's see here. I need to do. You can see right there on the right hand side. It's going to go all the way up to about 68, 69, something like that. Then we'll start up the other engine. This is a twin engine plane. All right. So that's that engine. Now we'll go ahead and let's see. It's gonna go ahead and start up the other engine. There we go. Took a little time to get that other engine going, but it's going now. All righty. Now we're going to lower the cockpit. Okay, and this plane is officially, it's hot right now. If we had to scramble, we could go ahead and get off the runway. So as you can see there, we're ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and let me turn on the, I got to turn on the nose wheel steering here. Okay, it takes care of that. And all right, so we're going to try to taxi off the runway. This is a game, by the way. I'm giving this a little push forward. There we go. We're starting to move a little bit forward. And this is being recorded. So it'll be you'll be able to watch. I'll have it going when I do another podcast. So, but yeah, I saw where Microsoft is going to be putting out some games. Oh, what's going on, CRU? Hey, I shout out to you for the $10 holla the other day. I forgot to mention that during the podcast this morning. So as you can see here, we're kind of just taxiing down the runway here. Oh well, I think in order to land, you have to actually create that kind of a mission. It is a pain in the ass. Red Dead 2 on Game Pass next month. Oh, okay. Well, I have Game Pass, so that's fine. So, so between idiots trying to bait me back to channels, they on idiots. There's idiots. Oh yeah, yeah. I know. I busted a few cheeks this afternoon. Um, like I said, Corey, there's just a group of people that are in a I guess you call it they're in a spec pissing match. You know, there's nothing. I don't know what else to say at this point. I hope I'm going the right way. So, but yeah, there's just a group of them that's in a spec pissing match, and they think because the specs are. I mean, I can't say the specs are better because their SSD isn't as fast, and the CPU is the same. So, I mean, but different strokes for different folks. So yeah. So yeah, and if you don't know Madden 2020 or Madden 20, it's free to play. Starting well, it's now. I was starting to play this morning, and I did that podcast instead. So, but yeah, I'm gonna be playing some Madden. I got my chips and salsa. I got a couple of 2 liters, so I'm ready for the NFL draft. There you go, using 16 T flops. There you go. And look, and Corey, I don't sub to him anymore. I do follow him on Twitter, but yeah, I mean, to me, it's silly for me to stay sub to him because he has decided to run his channel that way. And what I have found out here in the last, uh, I guess, 12 hours, because includes today, is that there's a group of them that are just spec hounds. I mean, they're not about the games at all. They're about the specs. And They were like that with Xbox One X. They absolutely say nothing out of Xbox One X has been talked about. So they think the battle is won or lost based on specs, not based on software. So, it is what it is. I think it's hilarious. So, yeah, I know. That's a good point. Well, I mean, again, yeah. I mean, I don't know why you listen to them. Why, Sam? I don't know why you listen to them. So, and he is pretty smart. I don't think he was out of line or last in line because he understands what the people that he caters to. I mean, he does. I mean, so it's just silly to me. But that's what you're dealing with now. I mean, it's just oh, okay. Well, that's my infield map. I just found that out. Yeah, it's always been about specs, but for them, that's what it is. That's why I stopped. I'm like, oh, okay, well, all you guys have proven today is that you all are more about specs than you are about games, and they are. That's who they are. So yeah, they don't, and they were like I said, they were kind of arguing with Optimus Code. So I mean, again, I simply asked. That's why I'm staying out of that. I mean, to me, the developers are more qualified than anybody to talk about the games. So they just to me they look stupid. So this one is a little bit wider turn. I know what you're thinking. You gonna ever get to the runway? Yep, there's a runway. I just put our flaps down. I knew it. I'm taking off of the wrong way. We are airborne. For that moist fruit booty who says that we don't play no we're not playing any games. So like I said, that clown moist as hell. Gold Bond moist. Duncan Hines moist. So Just trying to get that carrot lined up there, and pretty much got it. So now we're climbing. Right, about 5,500, going past 5,500 right now. So. Like I said, dude, moist as hell. All right, we're at nav point 2, so we're just gonna go ahead and bring it on back over. I'll read that here. Let me get my plane back on course. All right, what's beeping is radar. Okay, that's all that is. This is radar. The NM means nautical miles. You see, the harder I pull on the stick, the more G's I pull. And there we go. We're at 2. Now we're headed to nav point 3. Just got to keep turning. Bring it coming back over. Coming back over. And ha ha. There we go. All right. Well, we're doing what I've learned is that little funny line up there where it says 30, 31, that's where I'm going. That no one wants to listen to an old PC dude screaming at the top of his lungs his fully connected device. And oh yeah, I know. That's true about that. Yeah, again, you got to understand, Corey, that they're in a spec war pissing match. I mean, I don't know who they're with. I mean, they seem to think, well, we have better specs, therefore people are going to now, I guess, defect over and buy Xboxes. And it's not true. So I don't know what else to say. So. But what you're looking at, we're running at a little over 60 frames a second, 1080p. I got it on high to mid settings, so I'm still trying to figure some stuff out. I don't know what's the best setting to use, so. But mostly the terrain is grass. You can see that it's not a whole lot going on. And this is just me learning how to fly the plane. Which I mean, you have to tell the simulator. It's weird. You have to tell the simulator. You got to create your own missions. So it's just weird. Well, Turn again. I'm sorry. Looking at my waypoint thing, it got me off there. I was reading your comments. Well, the plane doesn't fly itself, unfortunately. Now, when I turn, I always like to turn with a little bit of burn. There we go. That was too big of a turn. But this plane is it's fly by wire. It's light on the stick, but it's got a fat ass. So it's a little more complicated to fly it than I thought. It's probably easy to fight in. Got a cool heads up display, as you can see. A little more of it. Well, let's go ahead and keep her turning a little bit there. Yeah, they think developers, because the hardware is better, Corey, that the developers are going to automatically bend over backwards for that hardware. And it's not true. It's not true. So, all right, so we got to fly 17 miles to the fourth waypoint. What are you saying here? They did look stupid, laugh all out, tell them no. Well, yeah, it's funny. Yeah, just stay out of that. So they'll never learn to. Yeah, I know. It's the best. What's up, Alabama Jones? Roll Tide. What is the TEC Tech? So, um, VRF, or I'd like to fly VRF, but that's just me. Oh, okay. Well, it would crush it very well. All righty. The one named Shadow. People rather have the weakest console handheld called the Switch than the most. Yeah, to me, yeah, the Switch has not been discontinued. The Xbox X was. So that that to me sums up everything. So all right, it's good to know. But yeah, I stopped pretty much talking to him today. I put up the score of Bleeding Edge and Crackdown 3 and said, yeah, I would talk about specs too if these trash ass games was on my radar. So if you want to know how I know when to turn, if you look at the top line where it says 28, passing it 27, 26, 25, 24, I'm headed to that line on the left because that's where the plane is taking me. I mean, I'm just following the waypoints that are already programmed in. And it'll be the fifth waypoint. Now there was an F-15 simulator years ago by Jans It was an F-15E, and you had a co-pilot. It was actually pretty neat to fly. That wasn't anything this extravagant like this DCS is, but yeah, I like this more than that Falcon 4.0 simulator. I can never get that Falcon simulator to work correctly, and and because it was a 4-year-old game, there was nobody really to reach out to customer service wise. So pretty much the sim community has switched to this game and excuse me, and the flight sim game when it comes out. But I'm keeping kind of my keeping my powder dry for that flight sim game because I'm excited about that. I've been playing X Plane, but for some reason I can't stream X Plane. I don't know why, but X Plane does not stream. It could be because it's an old game. I don't know. I don't know. I could be doing it wrong. So all right, we're just gonna straighten her out here. That's a almost stall meter. So let me give us a little more oomph, a little more thrust. There we go. Remember, when I turn, I like to turn on my thrust. There we go. Use my rudders that time. All right, now I can read a few more of your comments. Let me go back to level flight. All righty. Oh, thermoelectric cooling. Okay, cool. All righty. Well, yeah, sounds like they got a. Oh, like I said, I'm excited about the PS5. Yeah, I use VFR mostly. I've done instrument landings though; those are fun to do. And when I did that in the F-16 simulator. I don't know if you all were watching me when my electronic system died. I was trying to restart it. I had to declare an emergency, and I got the plane on the ground. So yeah, we'll be turning here again because we're about a mile away. You can see my little line is starting to move out of the way. Well, this wasn't too big of a turn. Kind of proud of myself. There we go. But yeah, I mean, I quit talking to them because again, they think specs are more important than software. So it is what it is. Yeah, I think you're right about that. Yeah, I know you tried to tell that to no Russian, but that's pretty much what it is. So But again, I'm pretty sure they thought the same thing with the Xbox X. So, but again, I'm not buying Series X. They may think it's better, but again, I'm not here to say that the marketing for Series X has been spot on. They've been more dependent on the internet and things like that, and Sony wasn't. But I thought that that article from that Chris guy, whatever it was, that disgruntled employee, whatever he was, I thought that was funny as hell because people actually called bullshit on him. It was funny. Yeah, I'm waiting to hear back from Optimus Code on what he thought about that. What he thought about that heat sink. But again, they're not talking about games. That's why I specifically said, yeah, I would talk about specs too if I had to look at Sea of Thieves. And I'm mad I called Uber Eats and they delivered my food. They forgot my friggin' crinkle fries. I have to call Zaxby's and let them give them a piece of my mind when I'm done with this. But again, we're in navigation mode. We're not in combat mode. We're just kind of flying the friendly skies. Yeah, well, I mean, but yeah, they did. They have done that. I mean, Sony is playing catch up on that, but I mean, Sony still has major games coming out. I mean, I would not be ready to market the PS5 either. I mean, they were supposed to be getting ready for their big marketing push on Predator, which comes out tonight, and they've not been able to market it. And then they have the marketing for it was going to be what The Last of Us was going to start on Monday. It was actually supposed to start on the 27th, but the game is delayed. So yeah, I know. Oh, yeah, Corey, I know you're a tech guy. That's why like it here. Yeah, this stream is dedicated to that Butter Biscuit Andre C. We'll just leave it at that. Well, turn again. There we go. Now, because we're getting closer to the border, I'm going to call the AWACS. And I am going to see. I'm going to ask the AWACS what the picture is. So right now we're just gonna RTB. That's all we're doing, returning to base. So, oh, did he? All right, well, I'm staying out of that. I mean, considering wasn't he? I mean, what about the people? That's the whole. That's my whole point. It's almost like they have this thing of, well, we say it's good, then it's good. Man, fuck out of here. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. So, um, I mean, to me, the developers, the men and women, I apologize, who actually have their hands on the dev kit, they actually know what the hell they're talking about. They are literally arguing with those guys. Oh, they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know. Fuck out of here. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. So we just went through a cloud, people. Look at that free smoke right there. Free smoke. Free smoke, ladies and gentlemen. Take a look at it. There we are, though. There's my wingman back there. It says F-15C. Well, that's us. That's our plane. You gotta admit this. Warning, the power of the cloud. Yeah, there you go. No, Danny, it's voluntary. I mean, I went to the drugstore today, and I was like, me and some other person was the only one in there. So no, the mask is voluntary. Um, I would just, if you go outside to walk around, if you want to have one in your pocket, have it in your pocket, and if you come upon somebody, that's fine. That has it, that's perfectly fine. But if you want to talk to somebody and put it on, that makes sense. But just to have it on, you're wasting it. You're wasting it. There it is, cloud. Went through the cloud-based gaming again. Okay. So somebody just painted us with their radar, so we should be able to look at 7 o'clock and see where they are. I don't see anything, so they must have turned the radar off. So, which is fine. How fast am I going? Well, you tell me. You tell me. Let's look at my HUD. You tell me how fast I'm going. Take a guess. Which one of those instruments tells me how fast I'm going? Now, I have no idea. Yep, you saw it. Mission success. Woohoo! 700. No, I'm actually going about 380 miles an hour. I'm slowing down. But this mission was a success, guys. We did it. You can see it right there. Nice flying with you guys. And man, that was pretty much it. I wanted to play this game because this moist simp said that we weren't playing games over here, but now his cheeks have been busted, and I'm a warrior. So I can say I'm a warrior. But all right then, guys, that is it. I'm gonna end this game. I do appreciate you joining me. And well, actually, so let me